For this lesson, I'm going to talk about the built-in filters on your smartphone camera or other camera apps on your phone, and why use this instead of doing post-production like Photoshop and other editing apps on your phone or computer. First, let me talk about colors. Every color represents something. Usually red represents danger, passion, excitement. Blue usually symbolizes something depressing or calm. Even the darker shade of blue represents something different. And pink usually represents like feminine. Orange usually represents creativity, fresh, adventurous. Green usually represents natural, prestige, wealth, because it's the color of money. That's why there's a saying, green with envy. And yellow usually represents happy, optimistic. Purple usually represents mysterious, majestic. And brown represents earthly. So my point is the color in your pictures, it represents mood. So in a way you have to think about that when taking pictures or making pictures. For example, gray is more of a neutral color, and black sometimes represents something scary. So how do you achieve this representation, these moods? So you do that through the use of filters, built-in filters that's already in your camera. Check your built-in camera on your phone. Usually they have filters. For the most part, the built-in camera on your phone has a lot of features, so you gotta check them out. And if you want more, you can always buy or download other camera apps. And I do have other camera apps on my phone for different purposes. For example, this one, Huji, it shoots like a toy camera, a film toy camera. Sometimes I want that look. And this other one, it shoots HDR. So if I want to shoot HDR, this is what I use. And this camera app called First Light, it has the chrome film looks, which I like. And I'll show you some samples of them right now. So this first one is a raw file. So that one is manipulated. I will talk about that later. As you can see, each filter is different. Whichever filter you use, it depends on what you want to convey in your image. I could have done these looks with the editing app or editing software, but sometimes you don't have the time to do the editing, and now you already know what look you want. So by using these built-in filters, you save time, and editing takes time. But sometimes even if I use this built-in filters, I still do a little bit of editing, but not as much. Usually just to adjust the contrast, or maybe to show a little bit more details in the shadow. And the great thing about these filters, it's good for Instagram or Facebook, in which you can upload the picture right away. You can even have the same look in all your pictures using the same filter. So this gives your photography your own style. Usually there's an advice in Instagram that you should have the same look in all your pictures in your grid. So this is one way to do it. So for example, for this one, I just want black and white, so I use this in all my pictures on my Instagram. Or if I want something a little bit more feminine, then I use this look, which is more like infrared. So this gives me a style that's a little bit more edgy. But this is the look I want, so I chose that one. So this one doesn't have any filters. Same thing with this one. And this one was shot raw, so it wasn't manipulated by the camera. Now let's see how those different filters apply to daytime. As you can see, it's different. So you also have to think about like what time you take the pictures. I think these were all shot on a sunny day, but the pictures look like they were shot on a cloudy day. So if you want to take a picture of something and you want it to look like cloudy, this is one way to do it, using the filters. And for this next picture, it looks like it was shot like in the 70s or 60s. So for me, shooting with different built-in filters, like shooting different films. Back when camera used to capture images with just film, not with a digital sensor. So for those of you who have shot film before, this is like going back to the old time, like shooting film. And here's a different subject that was shot with different filters too. And check out the differences. By the way, this was shot during lockdown, so I don't really have a lot of choices when it comes to choosing my subjects. I just shot around the homestay where I was staying during the lockdown due to the coronavirus situation. And this one was shot in the backyard of the homestay. And as you can see, different filters creates different looks, different moods, and you have a lot of options, and it's up to you which one you want to use to represent your image. In a way, you're an artist, so every filter, every look is a style. Just like every painting is different. There's like Impressionism, Abstract, Cubism. The great thing about digital photography, you can experiment and you can see the result right away. Unlike film, in which you have to go through a lot of process before you can see the result of your work. So I think the photographers nowadays are so lucky. You get like instant gratification. Anyway, here's another subject. This is more like nature. Same place in the backyard of the homestay where I was staying. And for this black and white picture of the plants, it looks like it was shot like back in the 1800s. Not enough contrast, you know. And with the filters, you can even emulate the look of different decades, you know, to make your pictures look like they were shot in the 70s or maybe early 1900s, which is great, you know. The point is, if it's your first time to do photography with these filters, you can experiment and try to find what you want, the look that you want. For this image, it looks like it was shot with an infrared film. That's why that image is all red. And now this one is more natural. It's really green. So thanks a lot for watching this lesson. Now my next lesson is going to be how to shoot RAW and JPEG straight from your smartphone without any filters. Anyway, for now, enjoy my pictures before the lockdown, during my travel. Stay home, be safe, and save lives. By the way, all these pictures being shown in this video, they were all shot with just a smartphone. So this just proves that you don't need an expensive camera to capture great images. Nevertheless, I will still teach you how to shoot with DSLR, mirrorless camera, and point-and-shoot cameras. Finally, make sure to visit our website www.budgetphotographyblog.com, and also follow us on Instagram, subscribe to our YouTube, like our Facebook page, and tweet us so you can get updated with new lessons, new tutorials, photography advice, camera reviews. So see you next time, and thank you.